You love that.
And we love this particular motivator of ours because she spreads love and respect.
Yes, that's true. Let's say hello to the motivator of the day, Mushida Said, who's going to talk about the most important question that you should ask yourself. Do you believe that you deserve success?
That's right.
So, thank you very much for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
And we love you, Mushida.
Oh, we love you. I love you too. I love you both. Okay, I love and respect both of you.
It's nice to say that, you spread love, you need to love everyone, but how about, do you love yourself to know whether or not you deserve success?
Yeah, very good question, right? When we talk about love, people always say about, expressing love to other people. When we identify what exactly is the real meaning of love, it is not just for another person, but like you mentioned just now, it is for everybody, your parents, your children, your environment, your pets, the people in your workplace, your clients. All these people are people that you express love. And sometimes people forget that love should also be reciprocated within. That means you must love yourself in order to give love without, right? So let's talk about this today. Today we're going to talk about, do you believe that you deserve success, right? Sometimes people say, yes, I believe I deserve success. I attend all these seminars, I read all these books, I plan and I learn everything. They're ready, they want to start on their journey, but every time there's something, that they want to do something to achieve their plan or their goal, there's something that's blocking them. And I just want to share with people, because this is a real case. This happens to a lot of people. It's not just myself or yourself. It is a lot of people that sometimes that this internal block is within. It is yourself. You are blocking yourself, and this is the most dangerous block, I would say, in achieving your success. That blocks you from achieving success. I think in the last couple of weeks we have been talking about obstacles. How do you deal with negative people? How do you deal with obstacles without? Right now, and people must be aware that one of the major blocks of stopping people from achieving what they want to achieve, their dreams or their passions or their goals, is that block within themselves, that voice in your head that says, no, you cannot do it. Oh no, you're too old, you're too this, you're too that, you're not smart enough. All this is your self-worth, like I show that on the screen.
A belief.
Yes,
right?
It is a belief that you are worthy, right? And this thing that the voice in your head that tells you cannot do it is a liar, right?
So you have to keep telling that to yourself.
You must be aware. You must be aware, because people sometimes they tell themselves, no, I'm fantastic, they have written all their affirmations and they say it, but deep down there's this underlying block inside that I don't deserve it. And that is when sometimes people you always see them, they're always planning, starting something new all the time, which never materialize. They're always starting all over again, starting from square one.
Stumbling block.
Yes, and because that major block is themselves, they don't have we would say that they don't permit themselves to be successful.
I really like this one. Be the type of person you want to meet.
Exactly. And it's like sometimes we say we want to meet this type of person, but why not you be that person? You idolize a person, say, oh, I love this person, you idolize that person, but why can't you be that person that I would say, somebody you admire, right? Why don't you be that person, right?
Okay, Mushra, can you share with us what is the technical process of again, a lot of people are already in a state of awareness. A lot of people read self-help motivational books, but again, they have all these underlying issues. So what is the technical process to, get there, start cleaning that up, start letting all the emotions out and deal with it one by one, before you can again permit yourself to enjoy success that you have the right to have?
There's several techniques that you can use, but I'm going to share with you a few that you can start on right away. Start with affirmations. I would say affirmations are powerful. First of all, you have to identify certain affirmations that you say about yourself that that really makes you feel good, that you say you really identify with. You say, okay, I'm a very wealthy person. You say like that, but you reflect, say, I'm not wealthy. So you write affirmations that you can relate with first, right? Write affirmations, and you keep repeating that, and then find affirmations that you learn to identify that, okay, this is something that really relates to me, and stick to it for the time being before you move on to the next level. So start with the basic ones first. And then another one is, sometimes you look at your past and you see if there is a cycle that, there's always a time when you want to achieve something, and then there's always a block. Like you say, you want to get more money, but there's always, you get money, you lose money, you get money, you lose. Then there is something there that you just reflect on, and you say, okay, maybe I have that lack of permission to deserve money. I don't allow money to come in. That's why it flows out quickly. So reflect on that. And then this is something you can list down a couple of things that you say, okay, I have been trying to say money is one thing. Sometimes relationships, sometimes it's your health, your weight. Sometimes you want to lose weight, you want to put on weight. So these are some of the things that you can reflect on. Is there something that you feel that I don't deserve it? So when you can identify some of these things that you think, okay, there is a pattern, right? You start to be aware. Once you're aware, you can start taking action whenever you feel like something is not right. Okay, I'm going to pull through, I'm going to go through this until my dream materializes, right? And then at the same time, reflect back on your past. Was there somebody in your past who say, you're not very smart lah, you have only this kind of qualifications, how far can you go? So sometimes these are the stumbling blocks that's stuck in your head that you repeat yourself. You tell yourself, you hear it from somebody before in the past, and it's normally all these things happen at the age from 0 to 6 years old, when a person of an authority tells you, oh, you're not smart enough, you're not good enough, or you're very naughty, and it's stuck in your head. It's stuck in your head, and you believe it. So we can eliminate all these negative belief systems, so you start to reprogram yourself. So you say, okay, you identify, okay, this is the belief that I in the past I think I'm not smart enough, I'm not thin enough, I'm not young enough, all these things. But you say, I forgive myself, and this time I'm going to do something else. I am going to work on this path. So reflect on that, identify what it is that you could have blocks within, and whenever you see another pattern coming up next time, like you giving excuses, or you trying to self-sabotage yourself in whatever dreams that you are trying to achieve, you work on that. You say you learn to forgive yourself and move on, and take on the necessary steps that you have actually done. How law of attraction works is it is a natural law of the universe, where you send out your thoughts and you can receive all these thoughts. It's a prayer that you ask for, you will get it. But why people do not achieve it is because they block it in terms of doubts. They have doubt. That means they don't believe that it's really going to work. When you have doubts, you don't have full faith, that is when all these dreams will not work, right? And then one of the major roadblocks of success, and I've done this, I've talked about forgiveness of your parents and all that kind of thing. One of the major things is forgiveness of self. There's something in your past. Sometimes you did something that you keep banging your head, alamak, why did I keep doing this?
You regret.
And then you regret, and you have guilt. You don't forgive yourself. Now that is one of the things that also stops you from achieving success. It is unconscious. They say, I don't deserve it. So sometimes, a client can give you, okay, $1 million deal. You just send a proposal. You take your time.
Where's the pen? I would sign any day.
But sometimes you think, oh, what's the catch? Some people, they have that, what's the catch? Oh, maybe got something there. And then they will have like, sometimes for a meeting, they come late, they self-sabotage, they wake up late, they get sick. Our body is, sometimes it reacts to your mind. If your mind is in a state of fear, negative and doubt, sometimes the body reacts, And then sometimes what I see also in my class is, when we deal with certain issues that are uncomfortable, there is a time people need to go toilet. They will excuse themselves, I have to go toilet, or they just don't even ask for permission, they just walk out. So that is how the body sometimes reacts to something that is uncomfortable. So you watch yourself when sometimes things like this happen, and say, why did I purposely wake up late? Accidentally on purpose wake up late. Why did I get into that accident, for example? All these things relate back, and then you say you can work on that and try to forgive yourself. And the forgiveness is something that you need to do on a daily basis for yourself, because like I say, it's not easy to sometimes forgive another person.
That's right.
And sometimes you're forgiving yourself is another thing. You don't know what you don't forgive yourself about. You may have done something in the past you cannot remember, but you just cannot forgive yourself. You always think other people can, I cannot, because I don't deserve it, right? So learn to forgive yourself on a daily basis. See yourself as a spirit. You are as equal a spirit to God as everybody else. Why is this person able to achieve whatever that person can achieve, what is stopping you? Maybe you think you don't deserve it. So ask God for help. Ask God to forgive you or help you forgive yourself, and go and do what you are supposed to do in this world.
What if you strive really hard to be a positive person and you have that dream to achieve that goal, but you are always surrounded by negative people, regardless of whether they are family members or even close friends, or even in someone who's your spouse or in a relationship with, they are the ones who pull you down. How do you actually get away from that, but at the same time still maintain a good relationship with,
that's when forgiveness comes in. Being able to identify that the reason why people are negative is because it's a reflection of themselves. They are negative, or they try to put other people down is because they are not happy within. They are not achieving their dreams. They try to put other people's dreams down. When you can identify that, it's easier to forgive other people, right? So I just want to emphasize that one of the biggest blocks of human beings in achieving success is that self-sabotaging things that they do to themselves. So whenever you have, let's say you're surrounded by loved ones who believe that they are caring for you, and that's why they're trying to protect you, and they're very negative and all that, you forgive them. You forgive them because in their perspective, in their worldview, they are operating from a state of fear. And always remember, when you are in a state of fear, when you are in a state of doubt, anger, resentment, you're in the lowest level of your energy vibration. In order to attract your dreams, in order to be successful, you have to be in a high level. And you know what is what level of energy is the highest level of energy, frequency of energy? It is love. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is something that is so difficult for people to achieve because it's on a high vibration. Once you can learn to forgive yourself, forgive your parents, forgive the people around you, whatever it is that they have done. It is not about you, it is about them, right? But when you don't forgive yourself, it is about you. So you learn to forgive, and you are operating from a high level of energy frequency, and that is when you can attract. That is when you see things from a different perspective. That's why sometimes people say, why are this group of people, they're always suffering, but within that group of people, there are some people who are really successful. And then some people, you say, these people are, they come from, silver. They have silver spoon. They are very lucky and all that. But sometimes, if they may seem on the surface that they are very lucky and they're very fortunate and they're very wealthy, but they also, if they are not operating in a state of gratitude, they will have their own set of problems, which is painful to them.
Okay, falling off the bandwagon of going towards success. A lot of people have read all the books, do all the affirmations, be very positive in the high vibe, but something happens.
Something bad happens.
Something bad happens. It might be something very challenging, like financial situations and losing their jobs and so on. And
sort
feeling
of affects you, right?
I believe in my affirmations, but right now this is happening to me, and all the negative things is coming back. So how do you change that? Because let's just say this person say, okay, I fall off the bandwagon. How do I jump back and start receiving it? Because I done my affirmation for the past 6 months and
doesn't work.
It doesn't work. How do I do it for the next 6 months?
Okay, that is when we need to have a faith. Faith, that means you see things from a bigger perspective, bigger than yourself. Something that perhaps you don't see. You want something, but God sees something bigger. Gratitude, you must always have gratitude. So whenever challenges come in, why people stay in that rut? They become depressed, they go into that depression, or they come into anger mode and blaming mode, right? It is because when bad things happen, they start to shift the responsibility. But actually, when you see your life, right, whatever challenges, whatever bad things that happen in your life, it is actually a reflection of God trying to steer you towards where you're supposed to go. It's just like, my husband shared this with me before. It's like, a loving parent. When your child, you're a parent, right? When your child wants to, your child is like young, doesn't know anything, puts his hand over a hot stove. It's hot, but he doesn't know it's hot. So he puts he's aiming to put his hand there. What do? You push their hand away, you beat their hand, and that's painful to him. But if he had reached out and touched that hot stove, it will be even worse, right? So these challenges in our lives are warnings, are signals that says, look, this is not where you're supposed to go. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to have this learning.
But you have to go through the learning experience first.
And you must be grateful and say, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this lesson? It's so painful, but what can I learn from this? What do I need to do to change this? So when you learn, you get that learning and you change, that is when new good things, new perspective comes, and that's when you get all the things that you were supposed to get, right? And it's always something better. Right? Yeah, and I'm basically whatever I'm sharing from experience, because sometimes I thought, I wanted to have this and this and this, and then I get affected by financial problems, I get affected by relationship problems, and this, to me, when I reflect back, it is these are learning, warning signals that says, look, you are meant to do this. Look, you are meant to be like this. You are meant to see this thing from this perspective. And when I shift that perspective, everything else around me changes, and then you say, okay, that is the gift that I'm supposed to learn from. And don't be amazed, when you learn, when you are in the state of gratitude, when you have faith, you will see that there's a certain power within you. You become more, you realize that you can do certain things that you never thought you could do before.
Okay, right. Well, guys, if you want to maybe speak to Murshida, just look her up in this wonderful Facebook group. So on Facebook, you just search for The Message is Love and Respect. Be part of this group of really positive people, and I'm sure it will they will really cheer you up, and find your way towards a better and positive path. So Facebook group there, The Message is Love and Respect, as well as you can also look her up on moshidasite.com.
Thank you so much.
Moshida. Always a pleasure.
Yes, always a pleasure with you guys.
Thank you so much for always brightening up, and also bring really
good vibes to the set.
And good light to all of us in the show.
So I guess the answer will be, do you believe you deserve success? Yes, you deserve success.